The first romance novel I ever read was Splendor in the Grass.
The first romance I ever read was Mary Stewart's Touch Not the Cat.
I skipped Nancy Drew as a child and went right to Mom's romance novels. I discovered Harlequins when I went to college. And I found Harlequins and then read those for relaxation and fun.
The first romance novel I ever read was The Secret Woman by Victoria Holt. And after I read that book, I went to the library and I got everything that Victoria Holt had written and read every one of her books.
The first romance novel I ever read, I think when I was about 10, it was a Harlequin. It was called The Nutcracker Prince. Harlequin has always had a special place in my heart.
The first romance I ever read was Janet Daly. I don't know which one, but I read the entire Americana series in about 2 weeks one summer.
The first romance novels I ever read were by V.C. Andrews, The Flowers in the Attic.
The first romance novel I read that really had an impact on me was The Wolf and the Dove by Kathleen Woodiwiss. Before that, I was reading Barbara Cartland and things like that, and she really made an impression on me with The Wolf and the Dove, and haven't stopped reading since.
They had made a movie out of a Harlequin romance, and I didn't go to the movie, but I did pick up my first Harlequin romance as a result of seeing that movie trailer.
The first romance novel I ever read was A Knight in Shining Armor.
Well, I've been reading romance forever. I think one of the first ones that really stands out to me is Julie Garwood's Prince Charming.
The first romance I ever read was the Nancy Drew book, Between Nancy and Ned.
I don't remember what it was, but I can tell you two things. It had Fabio on the cover. And there was a horse. That's it.
The first romance novel I remember reading is Jude Devereux's Knight in Shining Armor. It was a gift from my sister. And I decided after reading that book that maybe I would give writing a try. So that's really what started me on my journey to now, 50 books later?
The first romance novel I ever read was a Harlequin when I was in the 3rd grade. Just don't tell my mom. But it really launched my love of romance, and I have never looked back.